Hey, what's up, and welcome to the 20th episode of the Nerd Hour podcast. It's been a week for the both of us, I already know. Hey, what's up?
Yeah. What's good, people? It's your boy D. It's been a week.
Yeah.
it's definitely been a fucking week,
It's
man.
been a long week.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
felt like this week went by kind of fast, at least on in like my situation. It went by kind of fast.
Mm.
But I worked extremely hard, making it felt like a long week, but it felt like pretty short at the same time.
I kind of get the feeling. For me, it's less about the time span of the week. The week
Hmm
didn't go by slow for me, but so much shitty things happened that I just wanted it to be over, no matter how fast or slow it was going.
I just wanted, yeah. I'm like, as soon as Monday hit last week, I was like, can't wait for Friday.
That's me
Friday's
every
right
week.
around the corner.
That's me every goddamn week, my guy.
hmm
I'll be waiting for it. Monday will roll around. Shit, the weekend will roll around. I'll be like, shit, I can't wait till next week.
All right. Let's get
uh,
into our first topic here. So this just happened a few hours ago, and I didn't leak it in the Discord chat because it literally just happened. Um,
hmm,
Blizzard is announcing Overwatch 2. I did not,
Overwatch 2.
yeah, I did
Damn.
not ever think they were going to come out with a sequel. I thought they were just going to keep adding gods or champions or heroes, whatever they call it, for their game. I thought they were
Honestly, with
just
a
going to
game
keep
like
adding.
Overwatch, yeah, for a game like Overwatch, I figured like they would only update when they feel like
hmm
they can do better on graphics.
Yeah, like so,
You know, I don't.
Overwatch 2 is gonna come, um, or they at least they're gonna announce it at BlizzCon, and BlizzCon starts November 1st. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That's not bad. That's not bad.
I was
Well,
just
damn, that's nutty, man. Yeah, a lot of, with a lot of these games that are like going to pay as you go kind of service
hmm
or like longevity kind of games. I expect them to come out with a sequel.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But I always expect it only when they feel like, hey, graphics are kind of dull. We need a refresh on our UI. Yeah, let's go ahead and hit that nice little
hmm
reset every
It might
six
be like a
5 years
refresh on the UI because I feel like they won't do that for MOBA games.
for
Like you're
MOBA.
not gonna see like a League of Legends 2, or you may never even see a Smite 2. They'll just keep expanding those IPs instead of just
I
like.
always I always feel like with games like those, the meat of the game isn't always graphics. Even though I know
hmm
like it looks amazing, it looks dope, but there's probably gonna be other games out there that looks better than Dota. What makes Dota great is the gameplay mechanics and stuff like that. So I don't feel like they need to really worry too much about trying to upgrade graphics or anything like that. Not too
hmm
much,
I
if
mean, at
anything.
least
So
for
as long,
Smite, I could see it
yeah,
more for Smite because that's a over the shoulder third person game
yeah,
as opposed to top down like everything else is.
yeah,
Is
yeah,
which is why
yeah.
I gravitated to Smite way quicker than I gravitated to League.
Oh yeah,
I was like, I was
yeah,
sitting up here thinking, I said, League is like the big, like the older brother that everybody loves still, that everybody still loves to play. And I'm just sitting up there thinking, I mean, maybe I should get into League, maybe. And then I'm like, I look at it and I said, Smite looks so much better. And it's just because I can see the God, like I can see you. You're like there.
right,
I'm like,
right.
it looks
It's not
doper.
so far off in the distance you can't see shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much details you add to it. If it looks like a tiny little thing on your screen, it
Yeah.
doesn't really fucking matter, does it?
No.
No, like the character cards and art work for that stuff looks amazing, but
hmm
I feel like that's either in lobby or like maybe if you look them up online that even matters. You know?
Yeah. Um. All right. So that was one piece of news. But speaking of like League and everything like that, so Riot makes League of Legends Team Fight Tactics is their new game they just came out with. They also just announced a FPS game. I think Friday they announced it.
Oh, what's the FPS game?
It's called Project A. It's in the Discord. It's the first link, I think. It's a combination. They says it's like a combination of like Counter Strike and Overwatch, but
Yeah,
made
it
by
looks hella
Riot.
dope. It
So
looks actually dope. I'm
I
not
seen
even a
I
force.
seen
It
everybody was
looks
just like
amazing.
freaking out over it. It's like, oh my god, they're making an FPS, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. I'm not a big
I'm a
fan of
fan of
like.
FPSs too.
I'm a fan of FPSs. I'm not a fan of like the Overwatch Paladins type of FPS, whatever that can be considered as. I don't know if that's considered a MOBA or more just of a FPS.
I think it's just a blend.
Yeah,
Honestly, I think first and foremost it's FPS because of the first person shooter.
obviously, yeah.
First and foremost, that's like the bones and the meat of it is like FPS with other stuff added in. So yeah, it kind of reminds me of Overwatch
Yeah, it
just from
says
looking at it.
it's like it looks like Overwatch, but it plays like Counter Strike, and I was like, oh, people might like that.
Yeah, yeah,
um, so that's
yeah,
kind of cool. I felt like that should be something worth mentioning since that's like new.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then
Definitely
and then
something like that.
I'm gonna skip over Gathalion because his news came out today. At least I saw it today. But
We might as well.
Shroud announced he was going to Mixer Friday, and I was like,
Yeah,
what? And that got me to think. That really got me to think, like, because I haven't been watching Ninja for a long time.
yeah.
Uh, I haven't watched. I even when Ninja was on Twitch, I didn't watch him. I like stop by every now and again and
I'm in the
s-
same boat. I
like
never
look,
really felt
and then
like
I'll just pop out. But
yeah,
I went to see what Ninja's viewer count was looking like
yeah.
on Mixer. It was
I never get to see him online, man.
I thought the same thing. I said, is it? I was like, when he was on Twitch, I felt like he was live like 24/7. Like, it
Right,
was like
right,
two
right.
o'clock in the morning and Ninja was online. But nah, his viewer count
Oh,
is
man.
pretty decent. He's at 12K when I last
12K?
checked. Yeah,
That's nowhere near what he used to be at, though.
yeah,
Honestly,
but 12K ain't nothing to sneeze at. It's like,
it's not. It's not. It's not. It's really not. I'm not belittling it by any
yeah.
means, but
On Twitch, like he was like at 80K, 90K, like 100,000 sometimes, and like even more than that, even then. But it's only because Mixer is a smaller platform than Twitch at the same time.
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
So it's not like he's going to
I
have like
mean,
a
not for
100K.
long, man. How many
Yeah,
people
true.
switching over to Mixer and whatnot?
Yeah,
Twitch has
Shroud
really got yeah,
Shroud's on there now, and he his first Mixer stream, I assume was his first Mixer stream when I popped in. He had
yeah,
16K, and I know when he was on Twitch, he was like doubled that easily on Twitch, but that's only because Twitch has the bigger
yeah,
audience. But this is like
yeah.
very good competition for Twitch right now, considering that Mixer keeps
It
taking like
is.
the number one streamer. First it was
It
Ninja,
is.
because once Ninja left, Shroud was the number one streamer. It was like between him, Tifu, and I seen Tim the Tap Man up there a couple times as like the number one streamer. But
But that's actually
Shroud
kind
was
of
up
nuts,
there.
though.
Like Ninja's gone, Shroud was up there. Shroud's gone now, so it's gonna be like probably Tim
Yeah.
or like somebody.
You know what the crazy part about it, the way I could see this affecting my daily life already, is I'm already like, what's going on Mixer? Let's see what's going on Mixer. And like that, I think that's how it's happening. You know what I mean? That's how people
Hmm.
leave Twitch from Mixer. I'm just over here. I'm over here strolling through Mixer right now. I'm all like, what do you guys look like? What y'all playing? You know, just
Yeah.
because a big streamer is being pulled over to another channel, and it's
Hmm.
kind of like, oh, you went live on Mixer?
Yeah, I went live on Mixer last early this morning, last night,
Ah,
because I
said 11
learned
hours ago.
something.
What's
Yeah.
up?
So check this out, and
Hmm.
this is all of the fault at Twitch. and not updating their Twitch app like they should on Xbox and whatever, or
Mm-hmm.
just in general. But when you
Yeah.
plug in a webcam, it lags from your audio, and that annoyed me so much.
Oh.
And so I switched over to Mixer to see how that would do, because I saw that Mixer doesn't have that problem when you plug in a webcam.
Yeah.
Mixer has a whole different problem. It wasn't
Oh,
an
damn.
issue before, but they just had an update.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Mixer just had an update where they're trying to patch it now, I guess.
Yeah.
But when you plug in a webcam to your Xbox, it crashes your Xbox.
Well, damn.
so your option is to not plug in the webcam and just stream normally, and or I could plug in my webcam and stream to Twitch, but my audio is going to be desynced from the webcam, which I'm like, I'm just not plug
Okay,
in the
that
webcam
kind
at
of
all and just decide which
that
one I
kind
want to
of
stream
sucks.
to.
Are you using your PC to stream, or you just using your straight up Xbox?
Xbox to stream games, PC to do IRL.
I don't know. I feel like you should probably find a way to use that PC to stream straight to
It's not that
games
strong.
and stuff.
It doesn't even have a
What
capture card, so I'm not even going to try to
what
like.
you got, like an i5 or?
Yeah, it's i5, but it doesn't have a capture card to do a pass through.
I think you can get away without a capture card
If
though.
I
Man,
download a
if I
program,
it's a
maybe, but I plugged in my laptop once before to try. It's not like I
yeah.
haven't tried. It's just it didn't work. So
Oh god. I feel like I could probably find a way, but
yeah.
yeah, I don't know, man. I
I'm
don't have
not.
the
I'm not
laptop
even worried
here.
about it,
Yeah.
because it's not like the Xbox isn't strong enough to. It's just like the simple fact that
It's not.
Twitch,
Yeah, I'm not.
like Mixer came out with an update that just effed it all up for them, and then Twitch just doesn't update their own crap.
I mean, why would they? I mean, Xbox is like, screw you, Twitch. We're gonna make our own
and
service, and
you know
Twitch.
why now? Now they
But
should be worried because Xbox keeps taking their top streamers. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
it's
mean,
like
it's
we
it's
need to
one of
make this
those,
better.
grass is green on the other side. Like, I mean, things are, not
Hmm.
amazing over here. I mean, what's it like on Mixer? What I
Hmm.
mean, I'm really just hoping that it's such a tough decision, man. I'm really just hoping that a lot of these streamers that are going over to Mixer
Yeah,
don't end up regretting it in the end. And I hope Microsoft like can
I
make that.
honestly, I really doubt it. Like,
Yeah.
because the deal had that they made must have been so good that they were like, you know what, I'm gonna do it.
I mean,
And
yeah, when you put it like that, you know what I mean?
because
If it's
I
like,
don't think they did it just to be like, you know what, Mixer's an up and coming platform. I'm gonna go over there. The deal had to been really good to the point, and Gathalion touched on this in his tweet because if I didn't mention before, Gathalion is moving to Mixer now.
oh yeah.
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 Uh, but Gathalion mentioned it in his tweet where he was talking to like some heads at Mixer and Xbox, and the creators there
Mhm.
are going to get to have a lot more input into how the platform can grow and stuff like that. And I said, "Oh, that sounds really good." Like,
That actually
especially
does sound pretty
for like
poggers.
really top streamers over here on Twitch to go over to Mixer and like still be pretty cool. And honestly, I don't know. Um, and I was just thinking this. I don't know. I know
Hey
Twitch,
guys, it's
like how
announcement
Twitch
time. Let's jump
streamers
right
make
into
money
it.
very well. Like I know how Twitch
Mhm.
streamers make money very well. You got
Yeah.
bits, you got donations, you got ads, and you have subscriptions. And I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
how much all those things cost. I don't know. I don't quite understand how Mixer does things, and that's just ignorance on
Uh,
my part because I don't bother to go and learn it.
well, they
Right?
got I know they got Embers, and they have another currency system. It acts a lot like a video game. Like, the more
Hmm.
you watch, you get points,
They also got
and you can use
subscriptions.
those points. They do have subscriptions, yeah.
I just don't know how
And
much
like,
their subscriptions cost. Is other thing, you know.
Yeah, neither do I, man. But I do know, like, through watching other like a specific streamer, you can earn points, and then there's like specific channels where you get
Hmm.
double XP.
Yeah,
And just from watching for free, you earn points, and you can like spend all those points on a specific streamer of your liking, and they get money from that. Like, you know what I mean? Just for
yeah.
watching for free, just being a regular follower that watches, you can help one of these streamers like make a living and continue streaming and whatnot, which I thought was pretty dope.
And
Yeah,
maybe like they'll make okay. A subscription to Mixer Pro costs $8,
yeah,
and a pro user earns twice the amount of sparks per minute. That's
yeah.
that's just that. Oh, but okay, no, it's just still talking about the pro account costing $8. Um, but I mean that sounds cool. That sounds like they'll make a lot more money than they would on Twitch, where a free viewer is just watching for free,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
the only thing they contribute is their like is to a streamer
Their
is
viewer
their
count.
viewer count and
Yeah,
watch
yeah, or
time.
maybe the
F that.
company. I try not to pay attention too much to like money
Hmm.
or anything like that with my viewers when I stream, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, man,
Yeah.
if somebody willing to take their time and just hang out with me, you know what I
Well, this
mean,
is
while
just.
I doodle.
I mean, that's good and all, but this is also
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm thinking more of like the full time streamers that make their
Oh
living
yeah,
off
yeah,
of
yeah.
Twitch. So they have to
This
at
is
the end of
good.
the day, they still have to think about the money. Is like
Yeah, yeah. This is
is
good.
when your hobby turned into your actual job to where you like is like and I completely understand like if the money was going to be better on Mixer or if it's like not even half as good and they move like if Ninja moved because um I just needed a break from Twitch. Twitch was getting a little weird, a little dicey. He could kind
Yeah,
of like Ninja was so high up the top, high at the to the top. I'm not surprised if he knew like plans that Twitch was going to make and he didn't align with those plans, so he just left.
yeah, yeah. You know, the funny
So,
thing is
but
I'm scrolling through Mixer right now,
hmm
and it says "Welcome King Gothalion Sub Day" as his like title for
yeah,
Twitch.
yeah, and you
I'm
get
sorry.
everybody you get as of today, October 27th, you get a free sub to King Gothalion. So,
Oh,
yep.
okay.
So if you
This
sub to
isn't even
him,
King. This isn't even King Gathalion's freaking channel though. It's just some guy. You know what I mean? He looks like he's pretty well established. He's got a good viewer base, about like 172. But
okay.
it's just yeah, it's such a weird thing to say. I guess he's just helping Gathalion promote, letting people know, I guess, or using the clout to get a little
I
bit more viewers on his.
don't know. Oh, so is his what is his streamer name then?
I think it's Troy HD.
Oh, and then his title is Happy Sub Day King Italian or something like that.
It says, "Welcome King Gothalion Sub Day!" Exclamation mark.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
He just
So
yeah,
anybody who
that's
does like
definitely
going to
chasing
King
that clout.
Gothalion, right, 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 right. Hey, who knows, man? He could be just an honest stand-up guy.
Yeah, just to be like, hey man, hey, welcome to the team. We mix of people got to stick together. We much nicer than Twitch folks. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for coming over.
Claim
Once
your free.
mixer
Yeah.
grows, we grow. Now, I mean, we all grow together like a plant.
So yeah, and then Italian's first stream is going to be on October 29th, and there's like a ton of people in his chat right now,
Oh my god. Just hang out in his chat.
just chilling. Like
Oh my
yeah,
god.
they just
And they got
chilling
like
over
a
here.
big behind like watch Shroud on Mixer for a limited time. Subscribe to Shroud's channel for free. They got like this whole
Hmm.
big banner at the very top of Mixer right now.
Yeah,
Which is actually
I
nuts.
just
It's
claimed my free
actually
sub
nuts.
to Italian. What's up?
Oh god, this is actually pretty dope though, honestly. And
Hmm.
it still would be a very hard decision for me to decide as I am to move over to Mixer because I have a very small like
Yeah.
viewer base. You know what I mean? Literally, I could just say just a couple of friends that come by and watch me. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Online friends that come by and hang out and watch me, try to watch me progress with my art and stuff like that. It's really it's not worth it for me to like say, all right, guys, bye. I'm leaving this platform to go over the mixer, you know what I mean? And do a
Mhm.
new beginning. Especially since I don't quite see like a very big art platform on Mixer,
Yeah, they
especially,
well,
you know.
yeah. And again, cuz the Mixer audience is small as of right now, but yeah, I remember what a couple times back when I was looking up to see like art platforms on or like the categories
Yeah.
on Mixer is just like Fortnite only had what like 10,000, six
Yeah.
thousand, and like on Twitch is like astronomical. Modern Warfare game just came out and it has 7,000 on Mixer, and I know it's like
Yeah.
50 on Twitch or something like that.
Yeah. The only thing I really want to think about is maybe just playing games on Mixer. That's it. Maybe twice a week, play games on Mixer and
Mm.
still keep my art channel right where it's at on Twitch. And that would be my main grind, my main hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever, I mean, like, let's say it's like a Tuesday or Thursday, I'd play video games on Mixer. That was my original thought because I didn't like the idea of mixing it up on my art channel because the people who come for art immediately get put off when they see me playing a video game that they are not fucking interested in,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
And that's why,
So,
yeah. Go ahead.
yeah. Yeah, that was it. That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And that's when, like, when we have this conversation, like, many times over,
Mhm.
I'm just sitting up there thinking, like, that's why I want to have a channel where the people are just there for me and it doesn't matter what game I'm playing
Yeah.
or like what I'm doing. So if I'm doing an IRL stream where I'm just editing photos or if I'm playing a video game, I still got those same people in there. Like it's
Yeah.
okay if
Yeah.
like one or two drop off. And it's like I didn't really come here to see you like edit a photo. I came to watch you play Call of Duty or something like that. It's like, well,
Yeah. Yeah.
F
Yeah.
off. I
Yeah.
don't want
I
you
mean,
here.
yeah.
And
Nah, because to be honest with you, I can't hate on people like that, dude. Because even with
hmm
my ways, like right, sometimes I get on, I see my favorite streamer on, and like if they're doing something else, I'm completely uninterested. But what
hmm
I do is like I'll say a comment here or
oh
there, or like and you know what I mean. But for the most part, I'm kind of like mentally checked out when
yeah
they're not necessarily doing something I'm interested in.
yeah
And I can't blame anybody else for feeling like that because I do it too. I check
yeah
out mentally. I'll do a little better, still keep that viewer count in there and maybe comment here and there. But for the most part, I can't blame them.
hmm
So that's why I sat. That's when I sat and I made that decision. I was like, I'm not gonna be playing games that much. But when I do play video games, I'd rather have two separate places where people who like to see me play games and come see me play games, and people who like to see me do art can come and
yeah
see me do art without having to like mix the two together.
hmm
And you know, what I mean, having to like balance it all on one channel. But it might be dope to have two separate channels.
I
You
would
know,
like to just me. I would like to mix the two only because there's things like
ease
people
of
don't know
access
that they
though.
like.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they don't know if they like something, right? And you introduce them to it, it's like, oh, like I started watching you because of Call of Duty, but uh, you playing like Smite now, or you playing, or you doing like drawing or whatever, and I kind of like to watch you sit here and just draw. So like, I'm gonna just
yeah, yeah.
stay around because I didn't know I liked this stuff, and you're introducing it to me. So I was like, and like I kind of get what you're saying about like, yeah, I don't blame the people like leaving or
Yeah.
whatever if like you start doing one thing and then you do another thing. That's why I'm not trying to be like a one trick pony in terms of like the streamer. And I said even when I want to be like I said this on Twitch the other day. Um
Yeah.
I said I'm a part-time streamer. I said I can't even call myself a part-time streamer. I'm a PRN streamer. I said in nursing terms, that's every now and again. I'm an every now and again streamer. But I want y'all to know if y'all follow and I'm coming on, I'm not finna play the same game every single time. I'm a variety streamer. I
Right,
get
right, right, right,
so
right.
bored doing the exact same thing over and over again. So I have to play something else or do something else because I'm just not
Yeah.
that type of person where I could just do. one thing over and over again is too boring.
Yeah.
And I was
Oh,
looking through before you start. I was looking through Mixer's categories, and it seems like their art section is called
85
creative.
people. 52 people now. Shit. Not
Yeah,
worth. Not
their
worth.
creative section. Oh, mine say 37.
Oh, word. Did the
Yeah,
number go down from the first time I popped in
yeah,
here?
it was like 37. It's 37
There's a guy
creative.
that's like at the top of it right now. And to be honest with you, it doesn't look like he's doing anything that's like impressive, honestly. He
I
might,
mean,
you know what I mean? Got 28. I'm judging like off of first glance.
yeah, I see over there
But
judging.
I mean, he's doing like sort of kind of pixel art, and it looks like he's
Hmm.
drawing with his pen. Not a pen. It looks like he's drawing with his freaking mouse. He's just hanging out with his viewers and stuff. I'm like, if anybody's watching this, guys, because they fucking love him.
Yeah, and
You know?
that's always the thing you want though as a streamer. You just want
Oh yeah, for sure.
people that just vibe with you regardless of what you're playing anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's not because it's not like anybody has necessarily complained about it, but
Hmm.
I base my decisions based kind of off of my own like tendencies,
Hmm.
and you know I mean what I do and stuff like that, and I try to look at myself in a non-judgmental way nowadays, you know, and I just try to look at things like that's literally just who I am in a way, you know. So when I come into somebody's channel, and I already explained it, and I check out mentally, it's just who I am. I can't
Hmm.
help but feel the way that I feel, and try to look at other people the same way. You know what I mean? They can't help but feel the way that they feel if they come into my channel. I'm doing something else and they're not interested.
Yeah, but
You
at the
know?
same time, I also don't. Yeah, I don't hold that against them, but I also know there's people that are just assholes about it.
Oh yeah,
And when it comes
I
to
haven't met
Twitch,
anybody like that yet.
when it comes to Twitch, I expect people to come to be like just assholes.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
because there's just like a lot of them. Like
I
Professor
feel like
Broman's
everyone's like
chat
that.
is like no matter what. Every time I watch a Broman stream, he's beating
He
somebody up in chat.
goes
Like there's dogpiling on somebody because somebody said something completely assholish. Like it is so funny.
yeah. Yeah.
Like, and then same thing goes with like other streamers that I like. There's always somebody that's. I was watching A Drive. He primarily streams Pokemon games, but he was doing a Cartoon Network sponsor
Hmm.
today, and and I was like, oh cool, I didn't know Cartoon Network sponsored streamers. I was like, oh like I'm thinking like what's this about? They have like a app where you could play games or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And so I was looking at him. He was playing it. He got permission to watch a few like Cartoon Network shows. He watched like the first episode of the newest iteration of Ben 10, and like in chat,
Oh, word. Does it still look cartoony?
yeah, it's still cartoon. It was like
God
it
damn
like
it.
everything went to that Teen Titans Go route for Cartoon Network,
Oh my
like that
god.
art style and that like sense of humor.
I want them to burn the studio down. With that, leave everybody. You know, make sure everybody's safe. You know, what I mean, do it when everybody's at home with their families.
this
But
dude,
burn the fucking
this
studio
dude,
down.
2 weeks ago was talking about how crazy it was that this guy in Japan burnt down an anime studio because he didn't like the way something ended.
Look. He didn't give a fuck about human lives when he did it. I do. There's a difference. I'm
Obviously,
slightly
you don't, because
morally
that's their
better.
job.
They're great animators. They can find another job. I'm pretty sure.
Really? Oh, I
Burn
can.
that studio down. There's
Hey,
probably
that
severance
animation
packages too.
studio can find another. They can find another job too.
No. But the issue is people died.
The issue is people
You can't
die,
find another job when you're dead.
but the people that are alive can find another job. So,
Yeah, but it was still very traumatizing experience. You know
and
what
you're
I
gonna
mean?
traumatize another group of people. Just hope they don't
No,
die.
no. Because I specifically said
Uh-huh.
make sure they're all at home, ain't nobody in the building, and then
That way
burn that
when
bitch
and
down.
then that way when they come in to work, they all traumatized because they lost their job in a matter of 24 hours.
I'm pretty sure Cartoon Network will have some severance packages set up. There'll be some relief funds.
And so does that animation studio.
Some relief fund. People die, Donnovan.
Let's not pretend like the ones that didn't die aren't suffering either. So I'm
Oh yeah,
just saying, all I'm saying is,
but look, man, don't
yeah,
take it so literal. Like, you know what I mean? All I'm
obviously you're
saying is,
joking,
I really,
but I'm just
I
saying
hate,
the joke
yeah.
is distasteful considering 2 weeks ago it's a hypocritical joke.
Uh, I suppose it might be too soon. But yeah,
but
but
no.
I
Oh,
just
okay.
basically what that statement was. I really dislike
Hmm.
the direction that they took, but in a way, I can kind of understand why they took that direction. A lot
Yeah.
of the cartoons that were being shown weren't like really catered to kids anymore. At some point, it felt like they were catered to teenagers and stuff. But the
Right.
fact that it feels like their whole program lineup and cartoons that they've been coming up with
Hmm.
has recently been just straight for kids. You know what I mean? It felt like a lot of the art design and all that stuff. Where's that Saturday morning cartoon where you get up and you know what I mean, like a 14 or 13-year-old would get to watch Ben 10, but like
Right.
not a cartoonish, not a extremely cartoonish, childlike,
Hmm.
thing. You know what I mean? Because Cartoon Network did have those like kiddie cartoons, but there was like different time slots. It feels like they just got rid of the time slots in general, and
I think.
everything's just kiddie.
Well,
You know?
the animation is kiddie, but the content is not. So I
Uh,
haven't watched like Teen Titans Go all that much, but it's still that same like I was when I was watching like A Drive sit up there and watch some of these cartoons. I'm like, all these cartoons are like the stuff that I liked about what's the name, like the regular show, and then uh uh Adventure Time or something like that. It has like those jokes that are meant for like adults, but in kid
yeah.
format. And then some of the stuff just looks like it's actually quite hilarious. Just like there was this guy that was like, dressed up as a duck, trying to get past the mean duck, and to pretend like he was a duck, he started twerking. And like backed up with it, and then when they got past the duck, they were like, "Hey, I made it." But there was another guy that had his duck costume, but he forgot to pull up the flap, so his actual butt was showing.
Oh my god.
So it was like stuff like that. I'm like, this is kind of funny, like, but it's still in that same like cartoon animation style, like that kiddie
Yeah,
animation style, which I like. I guess you could get past as long as the jokes are still there, but
yeah, yeah. It's always
it's
hard for me to get past something visually if they don't
yeah.
like pull me in visually.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's always hard for me to get past that point if it doesn't pull me in visually. Visually is the
No.
first thing that you pull me in with, and then the story comes after visually, and then all that stuff. That's why like a lot of movies that people say are good that I've tried to watch, I couldn't
Hmm.
watch them because A, it didn't pull me in visually, and B, even if I tried to like chug through it, it was a slow start. you know?
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, that's usually my
Yeah.
issue.
Like I don't know, cuz like I don't know if it's like the movies that like you in
Mhm.
anime, I know at some point it has to be like either somewhere between 2.5D and 3D. Like 2D is fine as long as the 2D looks like 2D animation looks really good, like Fire
Mhm.
Force, for example. But I think Doctor Stone
Yeah.
is more in the realm of 2.5D.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Two and
but
a
it's
half D.
well because they look like 3D figures, but they're not fully 3D like Berserker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're
So
mixed, they're mixing and matching.
so that's
And
why
then
I call like Doctor Stone and like other shows like that 2.5D because it's like you see
even
like the
Demon Slayer has those
sheen.
moments.
Yeah, that too. Um,
Yeah.
but like it has to look really good, and it can't be like a show from anime is a little different because even shows in the 90s, as long as it had like good animation, it was still look really dope. But
Yeah, for
movies,
sure.
if it were made in the 90s, but it has like that same old film grain that it always looked like, I feel like that'll be like too much for you. It's like, when was this movie made? And it's like in the 90s, and it's like, oh, that's why it looks like this.
Yeah, that does get me. Like I have like a really hard time like going back to older content, no matter how good people
Yeah.
tell me it is. Like I'll kick it on, I'll start watching. I'm like, oh god, I'm surprised. Like I think Fifth Element was just such a dope movie and concept in general that I was able to watch it.
Oh yeah, when I put on Fifth Element.
Yeah. Like I watched a little bit of it. I'm like, this looks old as shit, but looks hella interesting. And I think I liked it because I was high at the moment. So I came back
And
home.
I think I just put it on because I like, well, nobody really wants to play a game, and I don't feel like
Yeah.
watching. Like Janelle was about to put on like
Probably like
probably
a
like
girl Netflix show
no, I was
or
thinking
something.
like probably like a documentary about the Earth, and I didn't feel like watching that again.
Uh,
So I decided to put on Fifth
I
Element, and I was like, hey, I
think it was
bet
like an Animal
nobody in here
Planet.
watched this.
Right. And then you put that on, and I think I was like high at the moment and I started watching
Hmm.
it. At first, it was very off-putting, but then like
Hmm.
as I got into it, I'm like, I like this.
So
So I ended up going back home and continuing to watch Fifth
yeah.
Element, and it was fucking dope.
Yeah. So anybody that's watching, Fifth Element is a movie I think made in the late 80s, early 90s. Stars Bruce Willis. It has I
It
think
was
it's the
ahead of its
90s,
time.
97. So it stars Bruce
Ahead of its
Willis,
time.
Mia Jovovich, and Chris Tucker's in it.
Okay.
And Chris Tucker plays this like flamboyant, uh,
Straight.
straight male,
Yeah.
but
Very flamboyant though.
he's very flamboyant. I think his name is like Rose in the movie or something like that, or something. It's something weird, but
Yeah.
so they're in this very distant future. We have flying cars, whatever, and then Mila Jovovich is this man, alien made person that harnesses the actual fifth elemental element, and can destroy evil or something like that. So there's a
Big
bunch of
bada
people.
boom.
Yeah, big bada boom. Uh, so everybody in the universe is trying to get her, trying to use her as a weapon, and she has to protect the Earth now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just so you know, big McDonald's placement in the movie. The cop trying to
Yeah,
get
it's
McDonald's.
crazy McDonald's flavor. Yeah. McDonald's
um,
all over the place. If only
but
McDonald's sold donuts, I think it'd be great for the placement that they try to put in there. The cops are all over
yeah,
that.
but I like Fifth
But
Element.
yeah,
Fifth Element is a fun movie.
it was dope. It was dope. I really enjoyed watching it,
It's
man.
a
But
bunch
like,
of actors that I just don't see anymore too. I'm like, man, where did this
yeah,
actor go? Oh wow, I
yeah,
remember him.
yeah. I also probably wrote down I forgot what her name is, the main character who harnesses Fifth Element's
Mila Jovovich.
Mila Jovovich. I
Hmm.
think I added her to my list of people that I want to draw in the future when I feel like
Uh-huh.
I've got a better handle on my artistic skills.
Hmm. I'm surprised you don't recognize her. Do you recognize her outside of Fifth Element?
No, actually I don't.
All right, Mila Jovovich is the same lady that stars in the Resident Evil movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't even know. Now I'm looking up. Y'all can hear me clicking and stuff. Oh, oh,
Yeah. Just
oh!
a
I
lot
see
older.
it. Okay, I did not know that.
Hmm.
And looks like she played in Hellboy too, apparently.
Hellboy? Like the newest Hellboy? I don't know.
2019.
Okay, yeah, that's the newest Hellboy. Because I'm like, she wasn't in the old Hellboy.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. She played in a
That's
lot of movies. Goddamn.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did
Mila
not know her.
Jovovich. Yep.
The thing is, though, with me in general, though, I tend to really suck at knowing names of artists, like
Hmm.
I mean, actresses and stuff like that. When I see
Right.
them, I recognize them. for the most part, maybe.
I'm gonna throw this at you.
Yeah.
Because I know you don't know who this is, but have you ever seen the movie Save the Last Dance? It's about a white girl that went to an all black school. It's like a '90s movie, and she got taught how to dance by a black dude.
No.
Okay,
Was she twerking?
no, this is like a '90s movie. Twerking didn't exist yet. It was just grinding.
I'm sorry. I just had to make. I had to make a joke.
But I forget her name. But her and Ronda Rousey, the former UFC fighter, now WWE wrestler, look
Yeah.
exactly alike.
A word.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey and uh God, I might have to look up "Save the Last Dance" to find this girl's name. Save the Last Dance.
Julia Stiles.
Yeah, Julia Stiles.
Yeah, Google. Day, my Google full is strong, my guy.
Julia Stiles
You're
and
right, though. It look
Ronda.
very fucking similar, though.
Yeah, because in Fast and the Furious 5 or whatever, whichever it was, they were in Abu
I
Dhabi,
remember.
and Ronda Rousey came out to fight. Came out to fight. I thought that was Julia Stiles. I said, "Wow, Julia Stiles beefed up," and I was like, "Oh no, that's Ronda Rousey."
Oh, she putting in muscles.
I was like, "Oh dang, she got the muscle. She looking beefy." I was like, "God," and I was like, "Oh, never mind. That's Ronda Rousey. Still look good though."
Ronda Rousey is one muscular woman.
Yeah, she's hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
I just feel
purposes.
like I'm not gonna lie and not say she's attractive, you know what I mean? But I probably wouldn't want my girl to be this ripped.
Oh, I would not care. I do not care.
My
Hey, any
masculinity
rip
would
girls
be
coming this way, you can bypass him, go straight to me. If you look like Ronda Rousey, come to me.
just come up to me like, God damn, this girl's arms are bigger than my freaking head or something like that, man. It looks like she could just crush my throat if she wanted to.
Hey, at least you ain't got to protect her. She can take care of herself.
Shit,
That's
she'll
what
be
I'm talking
protecting
about.
me. I'll get into a fight in the streets. I'm like, baby,
It's like,
help!
it's like, you be the dude. Hey, you don't make me call my, like, every girl that's trying to, like, hey, don't make me call my boyfriend. My boyfriend gonna beat you and your husband up or whatever. No, you be like, hey, yo, baby. Handle them. Too sweet. Come on. We got the movie at 1 p.m. Handle this so we can go. I'm gonna buy you an ice cream after this. Better yet, nah, you treat me to ice cream. You got this.
I'll restock your protein shake collection. Something
you just at home, you just massaging her muscles. Hey, baby, you need some more protein? I go get that for you. I'm trying to make sure you all right. All right. Hey, you ain't getting no cramp today, did you? All right, that's good. That's good. That's good.
You know, these are your money makers, massaging her muscles
all day. I wanna double back real quick.
Yeah.
Just going back to Twitch and stuff. Is there anything on Twitch that you could say for like a fact that I don't know you just don't like and you like something on Mixer a little bit better, or like I don't know if you like in tune with Facebook gaming because I'm not, but
not that much. The information I learned about Facebook gaming kind of left my head because I don't give a fuck about Facebook gaming. Which I should probably like pay more attention just to see what's going on since I'm like kind of interested in the streaming space in general.
But
the one thing I would say to that is there's the currency thing on Mixer where followers is people who just come and watch you can contribute to the streamer's income without having to have a subscription. I think that's fucking amazing. And I feel like Twitch is trying to like kind of incorporate that a little bit, but it's not in a very monetizing way, you know? Twitch has it in a way to. It's a new update that they got where some streamers are able to do it right now. Is
Oh
the more you hang
yeah,
around in chat, and you can
you get.
probably get like emotes for a day for like 8 hours or something like that. You can
Yeah, I
unlock it
saw that.
just
I
using
think
your
Broman
points.
has that now. I've seen like a few
Yeah, yeah.
streamers have it.
Yeah, I'm slowly seeing more and more streamers have it, and I think it's pretty dope. But it's more like an appreciation for the followers. You know what I mean? You don't
Hmm.
have to necessarily pay money if you've been here since day one and it's been around, but you just ain't got the money like that.
Yeah.
That's dope, you know. But in other, yeah, I don't think it's that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's a step forward, but
Hmm.
the whole system that Mixer in general has, you know what I mean? Your people who come in and watch can use their points on your channel and help you continue to keep streaming just
Hmm.
for watching is dope. And Twitch is going through some changes though. They also have like a picture-in-picture ads coming in pretty soon. So
Oh,
it's
that's
a very
good.
small change in my opinion. But a lot of people worry about ads coming up and then missing something that's going on in the stream. Even
Yeah.
if the streamer is the one that activated it and then left
Hmm.
like a small, they're always still worried that
Yeah.
you
I
know.
watch a streamer that he has like specific times he just runs ads, and he'll run like 9 of them at a
Yeah,
time. So,
yeah,
and nine ads is a pain in the ass, especially when they all are different sizes. Like, because the streamer doesn't get to pick the ads, no way. So like you'll
yeah,
get
yeah,
like a
yeah.
couple 12-second ads, and then out of nowhere you get like a minute ad,
God damn.
and then but he'll run like 9 ads, and then like once
Yeah.
the ads are over, you'll see somebody in chat like say, "Man, I was coming in. I wanted to see what you were going to do, but the ads came on as soon as you was about to start." And he's like, "Then you should subscribe. You won't get the ads." And I was like, "Damn." I was, I was like,
Wait.
I was like, "Hey!" And then he got like a bunch of people that use their Twitch Prime subs. I was like, because he knows his chat.
Yeah.
He knows his chat, and it's just like amazing how that works. He does like a reverse psychology thing, and is like very blatant. Hey, don't use your Twitch Prime subs on me. Go somewhere else and use them, but use them or something like that. And then they'll just Twitch Prime, Twitch Prime, Twitch Prime, Twitch Prime, and
Everybody just sub them.
I was like, hey, that's what's up. However you can get them. I
Right,
just
right, right.
it's just cool that I didn't know about the like just sitting there in chat can make the streamer money for Mixer. That's actually pretty cool. But
Yeah, yeah, because you can earn points from watching the streamer themselves, right?
yeah.
And then they have the double points from a
Mhm.
specific Mixer channel that they got, which cycles through a bunch of
Mhm.
other streamers, which can give them
Mhm.
exposure in
Yeah.
a way, right? So while you can go while you're in there, let's say you're just watching it on the side while you're doing whatever, just AFK, whatnot.
Mhm.
Once you while you're watching that, you earn double XP, but at the same time earning double XP, you might run into a streamer that they cycle through that you actually like, and you can go
Yeah.
in and click and say, "Follow this guy. I'm gonna come see what he's up to later,"
Yeah.
or
I
something like
was
that. Yeah,
as a viewer,
Hmm.
I'm gonna speak on this two ways. As a viewer, on both as part of both platforms, I had no reason to switch over to Mixer, like to watch any streamers, mainly because the streamers that I watched are all on Twitch, right?
Yeah,
Now that
fair enough.
Gothalion's moving to Mixer, I'm like, okay, I could probably switch over to Mixer and watch some stuff on Mixer. It's like because I didn't like, and it's the same way on Twitch. I rarely find new streamers that I'm interested in.
Yeah,
And it's not like I'm
yeah.
just going through the browse section. It's like and clicking through and like, oh, I like Fortnite. I'm gonna watch Fortnite content. Who's the top Fortnite streamer, or who's not the top Fortnite streamer, and stick with them, or whatever. I don't do that, and I don't think it's. I I used to think maybe it's something I should do, but I don't. Honestly, I don't care. Um,
I don't go through that effort either. I
no.
tend to just go off of I go through a more of a support role since
Mhm.
I stream myself.
Mhm.
And if I run into someone that's interesting or that I like,
Yeah.
I just go ahead and be like, you know what, I'm gonna go
Well,
ahead and
see, that's the
follow
thing. If I'm
your
following
personality.
if I'm following a bigger streamer and they
Mm-hmm.
like, I follow Brown Man
Mm-hmm.
and he'll host one of his friends or something like that. So like, the Maddie Monster, whenever she goes, Leviathan, well, formerly Leah
Mm-hmm.
Love's Chief, Leviathan, or some of his other friends, I'll follow their channel because when I
Mm-hmm.
was sitting in Brownman's chat, he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go rate this streamer," and I'll sit up there.
That's how I
At
find
least I
most of my
when
people
I'm in a
raids.
raid group, I sit in that channel for at least 10 minutes before I click away, right?
Yeah.
Unlike other people that just sit there and be like, "It's a raid," and then bounce.
They be gone in a second. I
It's like,
be,
hey,
I can't
thanks for
believe.
rating and hosting my channel. It's like, cool. All right, you rated me
That's
with like
why.
200 some people. That's dope. And then all 200 be like, yay, it's a raid, and then leave 2 seconds afterwards. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But that's mostly from what I heard from a streamer who's like
Hmm.
Alpha Gaming and
Yeah.
Harris Heller. You know what I mean? Pretty big on like Twitch with helping streamers and whatnot.
Hmm.
Raids don't do shit for nobody because everybody that's in your channel usually just dips, and maybe one or two will probably
I
stick around
feel like
and
that's
watch you afterwards.
dependent on the audience, though.
Not, but well, from his experience though, you know what I
Well,
mean?
it's
Is
his
it,
experience.
what I'm trying to say? Majority of the people
Yeah.
tend to leave.
Yeah, I know
You
what
know
you're
what I mean? Because they
saying. I
probably,
get that.
yeah,
It's just like, but my thing is, and I always see that too. Is like
yeah,
Brown Man would raid one of his friends with like 2K viewers, right?
hmm,
And then a majority of them leaves, or like not a majority or a minority of them leaves, or whatever. But it's also, I feel like you're as a streamer, how you
hmm.
cultivate your viewers and your fans is is how they'll treat you, and how they'll treat you is how they'll treat another streamer is at the same time. You know what I mean? Um
Oh,
so when
nah.
when
Like
I'm
these people
with
just ain't interested in anybody else, bro.
well, that it all depends. Like it honestly depends on,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and this is why they were like, a while back they were talking about how people need to police their own chat more and stop letting their viewers do whatever they want, because that's how you end up with a toxic chat.
oh
um
yeah,
because it's like, if you let them just do whatever they want, they'll go to another streamer and just do whatever they want and get banned over there. And it's like, I'm gonna
oh
just
yeah.
go back to Greg's channel because he lets me do this. And it's like, and I'm gonna just sit up there. I was like, well, take your stanky ass back then. I don't care. Like, I don't want you here. No way. We don't do that in my chat. Uh,
You
but
know, because that's not what I'm trying to get at though. What I'm trying to say is when people raid, right? For the
no,
most part, here's my thing.
listen.
Like,
I know what you were saying. I'm just saying that it's not necessarily the case where people just up and leave. And I
not
get that
it's not,
I get
but
the guy is speaking from his experience, but I'm just
yeah.
commenting on how that's not the normal,
All right.
and it's
That is
usually,
actually it's actually the majority and the norm, to be honest with you.
I mean,
Majority of the people that you raid
hmm,
somebody else's channel with go off and go find either A, they turn their thing off, they've probably been
yeah,
watching you for hours already on end, or B, they go watch another streamer that they're more interested in. There
yeah,
are some that majority, like they'll come in, bro, and there's a few of them that will come in, they'll say hi, they say what's up, they'll hang out for 10, 15 minutes and then dip, maybe hit the follow button, maybe not. You know what I mean? But
hmm,
what I'm trying to say, majority of the time throughout majority streams, and I see it happen, the people
yeah,
that you bring into another chat, majority of them leave. And
yeah.
like there's a few, one or two, or maybe like I can't say a number, but it's like a small percentage of people that would stick around and try to figure out what this new stream that you just rated is about, especially
Yeah.
if they line up to your personality and whatnot. But raids don't really do much except like help you meet new streamers that you can maybe collab with in the
And
future
I
or
guess
like
at the
talk to
same
in the
time, that's what
future.
I don't agree with. That saying that
Yeah,
raids or hosts don't do much, because I've seen
yeah,
it do more than just, hey, sit with me for 10 minutes before you leave. You know what I mean?
yeah. I
This
think
is
that's
the
usually dependent on the person who got rated too. You know what I mean? If the person who got rated is knows like how to keep
hmm
people entranced and locked
well,
in,
yeah.
and you know what I mean, that's a huge factor. But like what I'm trying to say is majority of the time, that's a rare case. Majority of the time when somebody gets rated by somebody else,
hmm
majority of the people that they rated with tend to just dip.
Mm. Well, it's kind of hard to say because I don't know who you're talking about. One,
Mm.
I think you said his name, but I forgot already. But
Harris Heller.
yeah,
On
one,
Twitter.
I don't know who that guy is. I don't know his content or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know the people he's rating or the people who's rated him or his personality, his chat, or anything like that. But I'm like
Mhm.
how he speaks from experience. This is just me speaking from as a viewer, like watching it and experiencing it and being a part of it. Where
Mhm.
it's like, yeah, sure, I can't take away that that's his experience and that's his normal. I can't take that away because that's his normal. My normal is we all sit there still.
Yeah.
Like I was a part of a pokey stream that rated Lily, and Lily was like 5K viewers, right? And
Yeah.
then Pokey rated, she's 10K viewers,
But you
and
got
she stayed
okay,
10K
here's a
viewers for like
question.
4 hours.
Now here's a question though. How many times does Lily interact with I forgot the stream that rated
Pokey,
Lily. Is it Pokey? Like
yeah,
how many times does Lily spend in like Pokey's stream? Like that
they don't
like
spend
completely no
any
Lily?
time in like she don't like sit. She's like in her chat sometimes, but she's not all the time. They're roommates,
You know what I mean?
so
So
like
that
it's like a
kinda and
thing
on and
like
on.
you like me
Yeah.
rating you or hosting you is like because I know you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So here's the
So
thing though. It's
yeah.
it's it's one of those like if the personality is known, right?
hmm
Like I like to watch a streamer called Slab. Usually when he raids somebody, it's somebody that I already have a sub to, you know?
hmm
So in that sense, I already like that person. And when he raids this person, I go over to their channel. I'm more like, oh, I remember them. They're pretty dope. I like watching them. I'll stick around and I'll watch even longer than I
Yeah.
normally would and stuff like that, right? These are still mostly rare cases than the guy who randomly raids somebody else.
I don't,
You know what I
and I'll.
mean? That they
That's
don't
another thing.
necessarily have any rapport
I don't know why
with.
you would do that. First of all,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Just to
understand
meet new
why.
people.
Well, just to meet new people is fine, but like that's
Yeah.
you. Like I wouldn't raid somebody that's unless I knew them, and
Hmm.
they might have like me and you have completely. At least I think have completely different personalities. I would raid you,
Yeah.
but I know you.
Yeah.
But if I'm like, if I catering to my audience and they like me, I'm gonna send them to somebody else that's similar to me at the same time. And it's like,
Yeah.
here, go over here. If you like this, go over there. They're also playing this game. Um, chill out, have fun. Tell them who sent you. And if I, because it's also another thing. All the streamers I follow are wholesome streamers, aside from
Hmm.
like a few, quite a bit of them. Are, quite a bit of them are like not so wholesome. I consider Professor Broman not wholesome, but he's wholesome majority of the time, but not wholesome in
He's a
some
wholesome
other
human
aspects.
being.
Yeah, he's very
Like
wholesome. It's just
his
like
jokes, his sense of humor.
his sense of humor is not very wholesome. Um, but like I follow like a bunch of chill people, and when they generally rate somebody, they're like, regardless if it's somebody that's in their immediate circle, is like, okay, we're going to sit here and we're going to watch Dr. Lupo play Fortnite.
Yeah.
Like he's hosted Dr. Lupo before. That's cool. Not in his immediate circle, but we sat there. We
Yeah.
showed love for like a little bit until till we got our fill of Fortnite, I guess. But
I mean, that's the thing.
but I can't sit up
I'll,
there. I think that's the
yo, host.
thing where I'm like, where I was saying I don't agree with like Rays or host don't do anything, because that's just him speaking from experience and not from like empirical
Not they
data.
don't do anything substantial, and I'm willing to agree with them in that sense. You know, I mean, they don't do anything substantial. You know, what I mean, you're not gonna
Yeah.
become the next. freaking, you're not gonna grow by like 5,000 viewers or somebody
Mm,
raised you with 5,000 people. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, like that. What this guy was
Well, if
getting at the
you're,
was,
hmm
you should when somebody like what you really should focus on instead of like expecting to grow from somebody's raid is your content in
hmm
general. You know what I mean? Your entertainment skills and how like let people have fun in your stream
yeah,
instead of trying to depend on things like raids. Because what you was getting at was raids alone, you'll get maybe one or two or three people that like you and stick around and follow and maybe be back for your next stream.
hmm
You know what I mean? So that's what he was mainly getting at. You know, so yeah,
yeah. My thing is, at the same time, and I don't disagree with any of that. My
yeah,
thing is, if you felt like you were going to get a substantial jump from a raid or a host in general, then
yeah.
you are twisted in the head.
Or just unintelligent.
That too. like you're just dumb. If you thought you were going to, like, if you thought 5,000 viewer rate, it was going to equate to 5,000 followers, you're stupid. Like
Yeah, yeah,
I at no point ever thought, oh, I'm gonna get, whenever if I ever get hosted with like 200 viewers, I'm gonna have 200 like followers off rip. I'm like, no, because once in my head, what comes with 200 followers is, okay, how, or not 200 followers, but like a 200 raid party. Okay,
Mhm.
how can I get even 100 of them just to stay? That's what's going on in my head now. And then how can I get 100 of them to
Just get
stay, and
10.
how can I get 100 of them to follow and come back?
Just let me get
So
10.
yeah,
Just let me get
if
10.
that, like, my thought process is, how can I get them to stay? How can I get them to follow? How can I get them to come back? Not, I'm expecting 2,000 of these people to follow and come back next time. It's just, how can
Oh
I
yeah,
get
yeah,
how can I get something out of this? Not, like, again, if you think something substantial is supposed to happen after after a raid, you're stupid. And I don't know who put that in your head, but tell them to die.
yeah, 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 yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's the
For
problem with
anybody,
people
but
that want to
that's
become
how a lot of people
streamers.
think, though. You know, what I mean,
Yeah, a lot of people are stupid. We're not
they
of the
don't
Google
ever
mindset.
right. They don't necessarily look to what they can do to improve their content. They're just waiting for that big break
hmm
without actually like putting in the work to making their content more like exciting or interesting for anybody else to come in and be like, hey, I actually like this guy. This guy's got a really interesting setup. He's a cool personality and stuff like that. A lot of people just stream hoping for that big streamer to come by and drop a
hmm
raid and be like, I made it to the big league, boys. What's up now? And that's what they think is going on in their
And
head.
they shouldn't have been
They don't
streamers in
have
the first place.
they don't they don't have
Hot take.
the
Boom.
yeah. They don't have the self-reflection it needs for them to be you know what I mean? They don't have the
hmm
self-reflection they need to enable them to see what they can improve with their stream and
Yeah.
why they aren't getting a lot of streamers like people to come watch their streams in the first place. Yeah.
Yeah. And what I mean by, like, people of the Google mindset of, if I get Pokey to subscribe to me, everybody's going to subscribe to me. Or if I could play a game with Pokey, everybody's going to follow me, type of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so this is what I mean by the Google mindset. If you type in any question, like start off who, what, when, why, how, the first response is always a stupid question, or the first guess is always a stupid question. So I just typed in what, and the autocomplete was, what time is it? If you are
That's not a dumb
on
question.
your phone, it is a dumb question, because if you are on your phone, or if you're on a computer and you're asking what time it is, one, your phone has
Hey,
a clock right on the first page. And two, if you're on your computer, move your
hey,
mouse to the lower right corner and see that it is 6:07 p.m. Like,
look, look. I'm about to save all the idiots out there that you just made fun of.
if they're idiots, I don't think they're
maybe,
listening to this podcast.
maybe,
Honestly, they don't even know
maybe,
podcasts exist.
maybe they were using Google Now and they
hmm
had both their hands on the steering wheel and they had their headsets in. They were like, okay, Google, what time is it? Boom.
And their radio clock in the car doesn't work.
They might not have one. I've seen some janky ones.
2019, they don't have one.
Hey man, I've seen some janky cars, bro. You know what I mean? I've seen them
They
holler with
have
like the
radios
radio
in them
hanging
with the
out.
time in it though,
Hey, nah,
and they have a
possibly not.
phone, and they have a phone.
Hey man, possibly not. I've seen some pretty janky looking cars before, my guy. They probably just had they got a phone, but it's in their
Bruh,
pocket. They probably ain't trying to keep both hands on the
I
steering
used to
wheel.
ride in a '87 Monte Carlo with the floor out on the driver's side and the roof falling to pieces in the ceiling. The radio still worked and it still told time. So while we riding
Oh
our little
god.
Flintstone car, we was still able to tell the time.
Oh my god. But yeah,
This was before
I don't know.
Echo, Siri, and all that other good stuff. Cortana.
Yeah. I know for a fact that I've used Google Now before. So I'm wondering
Mhm.
if it's like one of those situations where somebody's trying to be like all technological and using their headsets to ask Google what time it is or something like that.
Guess
That
what the
question is even
autocomplete
popping
is
up.
for how?
Uh,
How old are you?
what is it? Oh god.
If you don't know how old you are, like there's sometimes I forget how old I am, but I could easily be like, okay, I'm 25. I was born 1994. It's 2019. I'm 25. If you cannot do that, or you just don't remember when your birthday is, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. And
Oh
then when I click
shit.
on how old are you, the first thing that pops up is YouTube is 14 years. 14 years
Oh
old.
my god.
Netflix is 22
YouTube.
years old. Amazon is
Okay, that
25 years old.
makes sense though. If you want to check to see what companies,
Yeah, but it
how
doesn't
old
say
some companies
how
are.
old is a company. It says how old are you.
Oh god.
And then
Oh,
the first web address is age calculator at MathCats. Let's click on
oh
that.
yeah. I've done that before too.
And then you got to put in your birthday and everything.
Yeah. I put in my birthday. I wanted to see like exactly. It tells you up to the minutes. Like how old am I getting right now? How like I want to know the minutes.
Like
How
you want
many
to know,
days have
I
I
am
been alive?
25 years, 4 months, 3 days, 13 minutes, no, 13 hours, 3 minutes, 2 seconds.
And it like 0.2 milliseconds after that.
Who cares?
I was just curious. It's one of
Yeah.
those things that my brain was wandering and I was procrastinating my ass off. I'm like, all right, let me click through this shit.
All right. I wanted to
Yeah.
ask because we were on Twitch. I wanted to get into like a deep conversation, and I want to curate a deep conversation, but we were on Twitch for a
Hmm.
majority of the time.
Yeah.
That being said, I did set the timer for an hour and 10 minutes, and we got 2 minutes left. So I don't know if you want
All
to
right.
end after this.
We can go ahead and just talk.
Oh, okay. So is there like, do you have an idea or like a profound conversation you think we could have? Because I had one in my head, but like the whole Shroud and Gothalion thing happened, and I was like, well, that just went out the window. Like I
A
didn't know if like we could
profound.
talk about like college or like, oh no, now I remember what I wanted to talk about. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Now, like rewind time to when you were about in elementary school, and you
Okay.
were like, somebody asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? Right?
Oh my god.
Has the your vision back then depressed you to what you are now? Because
Does it makes what do you mean? Like does it make sense to me now or
or depress you now, or is what I meant. So for example,
oh
like
the
back then,
okay.
I said I wanted to be an archaeologist because I love Jurassic Park. So I wanted to be a paleontologist for that reason. But I found out paleontologists don't really do much. So I said I wanted to
Oh
go to the
shit.
dig site. So I wanted to be an archaeologist like Indiana Jones. Um, and then later on in life, I wanted to be a teacher. And then I said, fuck these kids. And then I said I wanted to be a doctor. And then I'm like, fuck that. Nurse, fuck that. And I'm like happy now as a photographer. But at some point,
Yeah.
I'd be lying if I didn't say I was depressed because, like, came high school when I was like, I want to be this. like nurse or doctor or whatever, and that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more happy. I think I'm more happy now because I'm a photographer
Mm-hmm.
than I would have been if I followed a path into archaeology or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Specifically in my case, let's talking about it.
Hmm.
I was a pretty idiot child, to be fair with you. I was
Dumb
interested in like
motherfucker.
almost yeah, I was interested in like a lot of things. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? But I never was able to really like single out and put down one thing that I was, I mean, really interested in. I was confused for most of my life, honestly, and I can't say that too much is different now. Honestly, I don't have a lot of focus when it comes down to the things that I wanted to do. And like that's always something that I kind of hated about myself in a way. I'd always see someone else, like someone similar to you, and they'd be so sure about what they wanted to do. I never
Hmm.
had that feeling. I think I wanted a lot of my life has been influenced, and you can see some of the influences from people that know me and what I'm interested in is computers and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I used to back in high school, even when I was in the same year with you at Vanguard, I was like, hey, I wanted to I was really interested in building PCs and whatnot. I would watch
Yeah.
videos on it. Sometimes I'd be at the library like building dream PC setups that cost way too goddamn money, too much money, you know. But then there's a time I'm like, I want to be a programmer. And then I realized that, what I mean, maybe it's not really meant for me, especially.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I never really had like a true direction and stuff like that. So
Like, cause it wasn't for me up until 4 years ago did I
yeah,
realize what I really wanted to be. It wasn't
yeah,
like
yeah,
it's not like I always do. I like, and this is one thing I don't like about school,
yeah,
like post secondary education, so college or university.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and this is something I should have done when I was at FSU, but at FSU, I
Mm-hmm.
took a. They gave us during orientation, they gave us this like little quiz thing to take.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a little questionnaire, and then at the end of it, you get a printout saying what you should major in. Because when I first got to FSU, I didn't know what to major in. So
Yeah.
I just went into undecided because I couldn't be a bio major, or I could have been a bio major, but everybody was a bio major, and I was hearing that bio majors don't really um, benefit well, or being a bio major doesn't benefit you uh, to becoming a doctor as much as other majors does. So I just went
Mhm.
undecided. So in the undecided
Yeah.
thing, they gave us a little questionnaire, and no, was it that or was it? I'm a stick with the story at FSU so I could get through it. But uh,
Don't get
a
distracted.
little questionnaire, so you answer questions about yourself, and it said with my personality, I should lean to more of a creative major. So it
Yeah.
listed photography, film, music, and then it said, but you also have like great people skills, so you should, or like your hospitality is like really good, so you should probably look into like human resources or like nursing or something like that. And I saw
Yeah.
nursing or like or something in medicine, and I was like, okay, that's what I came
I
here
can
to
see
do
that.
anyway, so I'm gonna do that. But
But that's not too
yeah,
creative though.
I aligned way more to the creative side, and I should have followed
Ah.
that instead, and I would have been way happier doing that. But it was also
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
thing where I was in high school. Everybody's like, "Okay, you're smart. You should go into like nursing or be a doctor or something like that." Bro, I'm broke as shit. I got money to be going to like 20 years of college. I barely got
Yeah.
money to go to 4 years of college. Like, I
Right.
don't have
Right.
money to go to 4 years of college. That's the problem.
Right. 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 And
But
I'm looking at the same situation too. I'm like, similar.
hmm.
I felt like I wanted to do all these logical stuff, which is like computer building is kind of creative in its own way. It depends on how you handle it. Or
Hmm.
just I wanted to go to all these logical kind of like careers, and I realized that I kind of feel better when I'm doing creative work. And I thought about it for a while. I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't care if I made about like not that much money, just barely enough to live off of, but I was able to do something that I like creatively, which
Right.
is like either drawing or anything like that. And that's what kind of like made me make my decision to do more creative work,
Yeah.
you know?
And then
And yeah,
I was just thinking too, because it was Miss Liphart back at
mm,
Vanguard, and she would ask, or she would have us like, it's like, all right, pick a career, and like, or she would say, what's the difference between a career and a job? So anybody that's watching on YouTube, I pulled up the definition between a career and a job. But
yeah,
and she was telling us a job is just something you do to earn money. You'll go in, day out, miserable about your life, but you're making money.
hmm,
And I'm like, okay. And then obviously he's like, okay, we don't want that. We want a career, something we can be happy about, but also make money. Um,
yeah,
it may not be the same amount of money, but we could also make money and live off of that. Or at least we'll be happy
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
Um,
That's it. Yeah.
and I didn't realize that when I was like taking all these nursing courses into like and I'm a full on say this on the podcast, like I full on dropped out. Um, dropped out of
Yeah.
my out of nursing school, and I have no intention of going back, none
Yeah.
whatsoever. Because I'm happy to say I am a photographer, and I love taking photos, and I love
Yeah, you
photography.
take damn good photos. I remember the other
Um,
day I was streaming and I was like
mhm.
just showing people some of the dope photos that you was taking,
Ah,
while also giving you some slack about how I told you your sister was gorgeous, and then you kind of like snapped a little bit, you know.
if you think that was
I was giving you
snapping,
some slack behind your back.
if you think that was
Like,
snapping,
you didn't receive it very well, and in any
Uh,
ways, you know what I mean. I don't
yeah.
think it's
Well,
necessary.
yeah, I was just saying
I get it.
we
I
can
get it.
rehash it. I was just saying, just
Yeah,
chill.
yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Just a quick
I feel
rehash. Just
like
chill.
yeah, there's that disrespectful point. I
Hmm.
understand there. I feel like I didn't reach it there.
Nah.
But yeah. But yeah, I mean, I can understand how you felt about it too. You know, what I mean, just in
Hmm.
case you probably used to people like getting to that disrespectful point though, and you're
Yeah.
trying to nip it in the bud before it happened. But yeah, yeah, I was showing off your photos, and everybody was like, "Yeah, these are dope photos." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, this man takes some freaking amazing ass photos and shit." And then I showed him some of the pictures that you took of me, and I think that was
Hmm.
like sometime last year. And I was
It was a long
like,
time ago, and I'm glad I
"Yeah,
progressed since then.
yeah, yeah, yeah."
Like some of those
And even
photos that
then,
I
those are
posted onto my Instagram that I liked,
yeah,
um, and are more in line to how I've progressed so far, and then like you could see the progression. Some of
yeah.
them I was just like, this photos like, and some of them I didn't even give to you. Like I took a ton of photos that day.
I
Um,
remember.
but there's some photos I just did not give to you because they sucked.
Yeah. I kind of just trusted in the ones that you just gave me. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I was
because
like,
it's
all right,
also
these are
like
the
I'm not
ones
finna
that he
send you
probably would
500
pick.
photos.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not
Trust
gonna
me,
do that.
I wouldn't want 500 photos. I'd rather that you go through with your eye and be like,
Mhm.
these are the best ones, and these are the ones that I'm willing to send out because I feel like these are the
Yeah.
best out of
So if
everything that I've
like
taken.
anybody listening, if I take 500 photos, I'm gonna try to narrow it down to 10 and give it to you. That's how I work. Like I take a ton of photos and then just like I'm just snapping.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh,
It's pretty dope though. A lot of them came out really fucking dope. You
yeah.
know what I mean? I
And
showed
then,
them off. I'm like, oh my god, these are great. There's one of them that I fucking hated, but everybody in chat was like, nah, we like it. And I'm like, why? It's like it shows your human side. I'm like,
which one was that?
what? There's one where I had this goofy looking expression on my
Oh,
face.
I feel like you did that a couple times, and I was like, I'm not posting that. But if he wants it, like I think
Oh
you
my
was it one
god.
of those ones that you said you were just going to send to family members or something like that.
I probably wouldn't even do that.
I said he said he wanted it, so I would just send it to him. I guess like
Yeah, I got like the most goofy expression on my face, honestly. And I was like, yeah, I don't wanna deal with that. Sometimes I feel like my face does things. Even people tell me that, bro. Like sometimes the facial expressions that you have are so fucking weird. I'm like,
I remember
God
when I
damn.
was trying to get you to do like the jumping photo that we finally
Yeah.
caught. I don't know how many times we tried that jumping photo.
Oh my god,
Um,
it was.
But
Yeah, the
every
look on
single
my
time
face.
I'm like, fix your face. Why is like just smile or something? Fix your face. Why? I was like, why you giving me kissy lips? Fix your face.
I think it's me trying to breathe or something like that, and my lips are all like freaking like duck lips, all
Yeah.
pursed forward and shit with a little hole in them so I can breathe.
Was it? I was just
It's
thinking back
fucking
to
weird.
like the Karate Kid where where Jackie Chan was telling Jaden to do it with attitude, and when during the final competition, like he slammed the guy with the double palm to the chest, and he just had the stank face on still. After training the entire time, still had stank face.
Oh my god. I feel
Um,
like in a situation like that, Jackie Chan was probably laughing his ass off when he did
yeah, I think it
it. He
because
did it
like
with
they did a
attitude.
freeze frame in the competition, in the fighting competition, in the
Yeah.
movie, and everybody was laughing, and Jaden was trying to figure out what everybody was laughing at, and it freeze framed on his face.
His face. Shit. But yeah, man. I just keep making these goofy ass faces. I feel like whenever I get these moments where I'm like confused with what to do, or it's either
Hmm.
just my like exertion face, like when I'm exerting effort. That's fine. I don't mind those. Ain't shit I can do about those. That's just my face falling into its natural form when I'm exerting effort. It looks weird
Hmm.
as fuck. But sometimes I'll be confused as to what facial expression I should make sometimes, and it just comes out weird.
Yeah, but
And I don't know, man.
I think like to boil like this conversation down to like it's to like towards the end is just like
Yeah.
back. I wouldn't even tell my younger self, man, you stupid for ever thinking you were ever going to do something like that. I was just like keep dreaming. The only thing I would tell my younger self, or I wish I would have did, was follow that thing that told me go to more creative route to the more creative
Yeah.
route, because I probably would have progressed way further than I am right now. But
I
I'm
wish I
not
could have.
mad at how, or and then
Yeah.
I would have progressed further, and I wouldn't have wasted money. But I can't
Yeah.
say that
Yeah.
I'm mad that I went through that, because I learned a lot about myself since then.
Fair
Um,
enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
and yeah, it's just like people don't beat yourself up over the little
I
stuff.
wish. I just wish that like I didn't stop drawing in a sense. I did enjoy it, but I never knew
Mhm.
if it was something I wanted to feel like I wanted to do like as a career. I didn't even think it was. I didn't even like consider it as a career back then. I didn't know like artists were a thing. That's weird, but I was a dumb
Yeah.
kid. You know what I
Like
mean?
I
It's just
knew,
something that never crossed my mind. Period. That being an
yeah.
artist as a living
Back
was a
when
thing.
back when
Yeah.
I used to draw, I was like, yeah, I knew artist being an artist was a thing. I just also knew like I don't draw out of inspiration. I
Mhm.
draw off of like, oh, there's a
Uh,
picture of Goku. I want to try to draw Goku. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah,
draw off of inspiration, and when I saw artists, obviously my thought process on that has changed, because an artist could just draw based off of another character now and still make money. Um, but of an established character or
yeah.
whatever. But back in the
It's
day,
fair.
my
It's
thought
fair to
process
say
on artists was
something.
like they had to be inspired by something. So like it's like they went to the beach, and now they drew this like amazing discolored like Van Gogh type of beach painting or something, like
Yeah,
something. And I thought that's like what art was back then. And I was like, I can't do that. I draw based off of an established thing. So I guess I
yeah,
can't be
yeah,
an artist. That was a dumb way of thinking, but I knew artists were a thing, and that was a career
yeah.
path. That just wasn't something I was interested in. Still not.
I look at it now, I'm like, as a hobby at home, just to make a
Yeah.
little bit of extra income would be dope. And if it becomes anything bigger than that, that'd be more than I could ever ask for.
Hmm.
But currently, just like being able to draw and like upping my artistic skill is kind of just the main goal, honestly.
Yeah. Because I was trying to tell like our friend back
Mm.
in well, he moved, but he was in Tampa, and I was trying to tell him like he was going through it, and when you're going through it, it's very hard to listen, especially when you got
Oh
your
yeah, for
parents
sure.
like yelling at your neck and stuff like that. But like if I'm like, do you want to go to school? because it took me a long time to figure this out. Did I want to go to school?
Yeah.
Like, is there a reason for me to go to school? Is that something like me wanting to be a nurse, or you wanted to be like an engineer, like a broad, not computer engineer, but like broad spectrum engineer?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
is that something you want to do? Is that something you really want to do? Because if it's
Yeah.
not, if it is, go for it. If it's not, why are you there?
Yeah.
You don't have to go to school. You could work. You could find something you're passionate about and work on that. If you wanted to be um, a freaking firefighter, but for whatever reason you go into engineering school, got an engineering major, why don't you just be the firefighter? You don't even have to go to school for that. I mean, there is fire
Right.
college and stuff like that,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm pretty sure in like
It's less
you don't have
expensive, probably.
less expensive, and it's like a month. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's like something you really don't have to spend that much time. Like my stepsister, she wanted to be um a physical trainer. Um I think she's going to UCF now for that. If she hasn't changed her mind, but at the same time she was like, man, I wish I had known about, and then stuff like I wish I had known about, like before even going. And people that don't even know this, coming out of high school, you don't have to go to a university. You can go to a community college. For everybody that
Yeah.
looks down on the community college, y'all assholes. Like there's no reason to look down at a community college, because that community college teaches the exact same thing that university teach in half the
Yeah.
time.
Universities just have like more access to like opportunities in a general sense,
Not
you know what I
even.
mean?
The
But
university just has more opportunities to socialize. You get the
I
same
figured,
opportunities at a community college if you know who and how to
huh?
get to it.
I was wondering because I felt like universities had like more like if you wanted to go study like abroad, there's like more programs like that
Yeah,
available
but
in
like, cause I had the
university.
option to start
I
school
went to a
earlier,
community.
and I could have studied abroad, but studying abroad was nothing.
Yeah.
Studying abroad meant all I was going to do was take my prereq courses in a different country. That's all that
Huh.
meant.
You go on a free trip, go learn, visit the world a little bit, and then come back.
It's
I
not even
guess.
like visiting the world. It's like, and like, I'm going to Spain to learn prereq math, prereq science, prereq English.
Okay, that's not
Something
much.
I could have learned back home in a
Yeah.
country that I know the language.
I figure like an abroad thing would be like I'm gonna go study Japanese in Japan. That would make more sense.
Yeah, no, that's not what studying abroad is. Studying abroad is just
Oh,
taking your
yeah.
classes in a different country.
This sounds fucking fancy. No fucking worries. Blowing money, god damn it.
Yeah. So because I had the option to go study abroad, and then I found out, um, like, the options depending on my major. For a bio major, I could only go to Spain. For a, I forgot the other major there was, but if I wanted, I think it was for psych, I could have went to the UK, and I would rather had gone to the UK because at least they speak English,
Yeah.
and I don't know Spanish. Granted, I probably would have took a Spanish course while I was out there, but
Yeah,
that
yeah,
would have
yeah.
been like however many months until I could somewhat speak the language. So it was just one of those things where I'm like, studying abroad isn't worth it, especially how expensive it could get. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
it's just, I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, yeah, people that look down on community colleges, really shouldn't. You learn the exact same thing, sometimes in half the time, if not the exact same amount of time. Um, and it's cheaper if you could stay home and go to school. Do it. You could save so
Yeah.
much money. Then,
I mean, if money is not an option, then you just do whatever the hell you want. But
but if you
you
broke, you
know,
just
just stay
like,
home, man. Don't get enticed by these ideas of going to another country because I feel like once you stay and you work and you build
or
enough
even a
money,
different
you'll be able
city.
to visit them later. Yeah,
Hmm.
you can just go later. You know what I mean? Later on in
Yeah.
your life,
And then
just
there's
work
also
hard now.
technical schools. You don't even have to go to community college route. Like what I was trying to say earlier was like, my stepsister said I should have just went for like massage therapist or something like that. At least I would have had a job right out of college because she had her associate's degree, but she
Yeah.
needed her bachelor's degree, which CF didn't offer. She had to go to UCF to get it. But UCF didn't have the major yet that she was in.
Yeah.
And she had to wait till they got the major. But
Oh my god.
like there are technical schools you can go to. So there's a massage therapist school that's like 12 months. Learn everything you need to learn about massage therapy, and then
Yeah.
boom, you got a job. There's nursing schools that are 2 years long. And they'll teach you that at some technical schools, and then there's some like legit nursing schools. I went to a legit nursing school, and it would have been 2 years. I could have went to the technical school. It also would have been 2 years.
Yeah.
Um, but there are technical schools for like stuff you want to do, and college, like community college or university, is not an end all. I just wish I had known that coming out of high school because they don't tell you that out of high school. They just say community college or university, and you want to go to a university.
Yeah.
That's just that.
Yeah. I mean, I heard university a lot, but I was like, man, I'm broke. I ain't got no whip. I ain't
Hmm.
got nowhere. I don't even know how I'm gonna make it to FSU. I'll probably just take a bus. But like, I
Hell,
looked
some
at it. I'm like, I'm just
yeah,
going to community, man.
some
Let's go to
universities, like
community.
if I had went to UF, you can't even have a car as a freshman.
Word. The fuck?
Yeah,
What's that
you
about?
there's not enough parking spaces, and they get like a ton of freshmen a year, so they're like freshmen aren't allowed to have cars on campuses. Um,
Motorcycles?
no, you can't even have that. You can't have a vehicle, period, as a freshman.
What? So okay, at least
Like you can
at
have a
least bike,
vehicle,
right?
like you can have a vehicle to get around town, but you can't park at the campus.
Oh, so you'd have to park off campus, and FSU is such a big behind campus, though.
Well, FSU, your freshmen are allowed to have vehicles. UF,
What
they're
was it?
not.
UF. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay.
So that's another thing.
Yeah.
But
I do have like certain instances where I look at freshmen like going into CF. You know what I mean? And I wonder
mhm.
like, did I make? And sometimes I wonder, did I make a mistake? It's still like something that prevalent. I'm
Like
always
them
I
being
question
younger than you or
everything.
something.
Yeah. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, did I make a mistake? Should I try to stick through it? It just didn't feel like something I was like could do. You know what I mean?
When I
It
was
felt very difficult for me to be
when I
in
was
class.
taking statistics at FSU, there
Yeah.
was a guy that was 28 years old, and he was taking stats.
Yeah.
And he asked me how old I was. I wasn't even. I think I just turned 19. And
Yeah.
he said, "How old are you?" I said, and we because we had formed a study group for our final exam.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he said, "How old are you?" I said, "I'm 19." And he's like, "What?" I'm like 20, about to be like 28. You 19 and you understand all this shit? It's like, damn, where did I fuck up in life? And in my head, I didn't even know he was 28 until he said something. I
Right.
assumed he was like 24. Like, but even then, I know you could go to college whenever you feel like it. Like,
I know. I know that. I know
like
that's a
I like
sense,
there was
but
when I was in psych class, there was like a woman that was like 40 something, 50, like old
oh
enough to be my
yeah,
mom, and I'm like, and I was just sitting up there thinking, not thinking, damn, where she fuck up in life, where she's in college at 50. I'm like, hey, this you can go to college at every age, and that just made me feel better about like, because I started college later
Mhm.
than everybody else. Oh, I hit my mic, but I started
Oh
college
god.
later than everybody else um at Vanguard because everybody had out as soon as we graduated, everybody went to college, and I waited a year and a
Yeah.
half.
It
And I thought
was
I
less.
was like slow on the jump and stuff like that, and then I didn't feel that way anymore because I saw like people way older than
Yeah.
me and stuff. So I was like, oh, this
I
it
run into
doesn't
that
matter.
situation. It's not about the age, you know what I mean? When I see
Hmm.
the younger people going through it and like really striving for it, it just makes me wonder like I still wonder sometimes if the decisions that I made is, you know what I mean, okay.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Was it a good decision? Will I be happy? Or would I be happier if I like suffered through a couple of years of like college? you know I mean, gain reap the benefits later. It was one of those things that I still think about. but I just know that while I was going to college, I wasn't necessarily while doing it.
hmm I
You know what
know
I
I
mean?
don't think
Especially with
about
me
it
have
now.
focusing issues.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I don't think about it now because I'm happy where I am now. That's the only
yeah,
reason why I don't think about it now.
yeah.
Granted, I still have room to grow, but it's just like I don't think about that now at all, and I'm so happy about it. I'm like,
I question
I'm like,
everything and everyone,
ooh, I'm so
including
good.
myself, man.
Like,
Yeah, because
there's
I knew it was
easy.
tough for me, bro.
hmm
Like college, I don't think I was like college was a thing for me. But
hmm
sometimes I wonder, like, should I have like just tried to suffer through it? And I'll probably still wonder that for the rest of my life because I
Yeah.
think that's just how my personality is in general.
I
But
mean, I don't. uh,
I just
The
pick one
moment you
thing and
hit
just try to go
your
back.
the moment you hit your nirvana, like your happy moment
Yeah,
of like just like this is how it was, like this is what I wanted and this is how it's had to happen. You would
yeah.
never think back to I should have suffered through college. And if you're already thinking maybe I should have suffered through
Yeah.
college, college was definitely not your thing to begin with. Like I
Yeah,
should
I
have
know, I
suffered.
know, I know, I know, I know. I was thinking that too. You know what I mean? If I'm thinking about college as like a suffering, there's times where the learning was fun. It's just like over a long period of time though,
Yeah.
especially with my focusing issues, it was not a good match for me, you
But
know? Yeah.
yeah. I think we should end the podcast here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go end it. So if anybody liked the conversation we had and you want to hear more, just let us know in the comments. We are on Castbox, Spotify, and iTunes. So,
Well,
and you could check our social media or the description box below for our social medias: Instagram, Twitter, DM, leave a post, whatever. Especially like go like something that we posted. Uh, we stream. He streams on Twitch. I am torn between the two, but like just follow me on Twitter so you'll know where I'm whichever one I'm streaming on. But I hope you all have a great rest of your day and enjoy yourselves. And we will see you guys next time. Okay? Bye.
love you. Bye.